Hi everyone, my name is Jamie Falcone, and today I wanted to share with you my why I became a Beachbody coach. There are multiple factors involved. I am a wife, my husband's in the Army, and I am a mother of two little girls. Our youngest is 7 months old, and it kind of started with my health and her health. At 2 weeks, she started to get really fussy. At 6 weeks, we diagnosed her with bad reflux. She was put on meds for it, and I was also breastfeeding at the time. So I was watching what I was eating, but things weren't really getting better with the meds. So she was breaking out on her face, and most people just told me not to worry about it, that it was just a baby thing. But I started looking at our diet even more closely. I cut out dairy, and immediately her face cleared up. And then I looked at soy and peanuts and some other known or common allergens. And so it kind of forced me to eat clean. I had to read labels. I basically had to cut out pretty much everything processed. Everything processed seemed to have dairy or soy in it. It was hard. It was really hard at first. I thought I was eating healthy before we started the elimination diet, and it's not that I wasn't, but I wasn't as aware of what was really in the foods we were sometimes eating. I also, at 6 weeks, had been pushing myself, taking care of, our newborn and also our 2-year-old, and trying to keep up with our house and, taking after my husband, and physically ended up prolonging my recovery. I wasn't able to get back to running, which I loved. I enjoy working out. It's my stress reliever. At 3 months, I was pretty stressed. I didn't have much time to myself. My husband works pretty long hours and then has trainings throughout the year, so he's gone. And I just needed to get that back. I needed my health back. I needed to figure out, balance in my life, to be a mom, but also, to have me back. We talked about a gym membership. I really didn't like the idea of spending $50 a month to try to pack up the girls and go get in 30 minutes to an hour workout. So I told my husband, I wanted to look into Beachbody. Katie was hosting a 5-day hydration challenge, so I figured that would kind of give me a little bit insight into it, and also to try to help focus my health more. So I did her 5-day hydration challenge. I loved it. I loved the environment. I loved the challenge group, the motivation, the tips that were given throughout the week. And there was a bunch of people that didn't know each other, and they were helping motivate one another. And I really liked that. I liked that environment. So Katie helped me settle on PIO as a program to help get me back on track with my fitness. It was a low impact, but it was great. I noticed after a month of doing the workout, tone getting back, and as a mom of two, that was, very satisfying, to try to, get my body back. And for myself, I needed that. So I also started Shakeology. When I purchased PIO, it was the first time I had ever tried it. I wasn't sure if I would continue with it or not, but figure I'd give a month and see how it made me feel. With everything that's packed into it, I really fell in love with it. With the diet that I was on, I do the vegan, and it helped get in extra calories for me for the day, but also all those extra nutrients. So I felt great that her and I were kind of filling in some of the gaps that the elimination diet may have been leaving. So, after, a month and a half or so, people were asking what I was doing because I was posting about it, asking for helps and tips. And I decided to run my own first 5-day free hydration group. And there was a lot of involvement, and a lot of positive feedback. And I really liked it. I felt like, maybe I was getting back something that I, quote unquote, lost by choosing to stay at home with our oldest. I originally went back to work after we had her for a couple months, and over the summer, I thought about the hours I was putting in, and the balancing act that I was doing, and I really was torn. I enjoyed teaching but I didn't enjoy the fact of what it was taking away from my family. Um, so we decided to make some sacrifices in our budget, and that I would stay home with our girls for at least a period of time. Um, and so after we had our second, I was thinking about, okay, long term, what am I going to do? Am I going to go back to teaching, or am I going to find something that maybe I can do at home and bring in an income? And so when I signed up as a coach, I signed up as a discount coach, for Shakeology and some of the other products, and figured I would just kind of feel it out from there and see where it went. And worst case, I could just decide not to continue. But I really liked it. I liked helping people. I was meeting people. I was making connections with other moms or other women that were my age. And when you stay home, you don't, always get to meet as many people. And it was forcing me out of my shell. I kind of tend to be comfortable in my home doing my own thing. But it got me out there. It got me, interacting and talking with other moms, and it helped with the fact that my husband's gone, to build those connections with other people, and doing something positive for other people was something that I enjoyed. It made me feel good about myself, And then there was the earning potential, as much as I want to or can put in right now is what I see getting back. My husband does, since he does work those extra hours, he has a job and he also works on the side some weekends. But if there's, I can make a little bit to cover a bill here or there, or cover a babysitter so we can go out on a date night, for right now, that's great, and it's something I get to do. It's something fun. It doesn't feel like I'm working, but then I also get to give back to others and to my own family. So yeah, that's my why.